So guys, this guy is the master of the fast Imperial Delhi. He has basically playing like this for I think at least a year, maybe 3 seasons, 4 seasons. I don't really remember. He also lost count. His town center does remember him. He does have the elephant here. So if you scout the town center, you see something like this, you know what's coming. Now, we cast this guy a long time ago, and he was like, you know, the season has changed a lot, the game has changed a lot, and obviously his strategy will also change for the fast Imperial. We're gonna take a look at 2 games. One where it's a very good matchup again with this strat against Rus, because Rus tend to not push in the Fiddle Age anymore, unlike French or more aggressive Sifs. So we're also in Prayer, which is a very good map to gather sheep. So let's take a look at the first build order. So where's the play button? There you go, play. So first you're gonna ignore the mosque. You're gonna send 6 guys here, and 1 or 2 of them will build the mill here, and then the rest we're just gonna go on gold. That's pretty much the standard opening. With the scout, we are just gonna try to get as much cheap as you can. This map is prayer, so you are gonna get a lot of sheep. There are in this map, so it's a very good map for the fast Imperial here. So I'm gonna speed up things a bit. At this point, your focus is on mainly food and gold. You're gonna age up as soon as you can. As soon as you have the resources, you're gonna build a house with a guy on the gold, and then you're gonna just leave 2 on gold, and then you're gonna rally into the food. You're gonna want to finish these berry bushes as soon as you can before the enemy comes with whatever, you know. You can always have the sheep later on, and because you will have an excess amount of food that you're not really gonna use right away, but you're gonna use in the castle age, it really doesn't matter. So are just gonna try to balance, you know, between food and gold. Now you have 10 on food, you can just go on gold. And for this build, you're gonna go for the Dome of Faith, and you're gonna build it with 1 villager. So it's just gonna be 1 villager. 1 villager in this case is enough because the opponent is not gonna do a fiddle all-in or something. We're gonna take a look at another game later where the opponent does put a lot of aggression. So if the opponent is like Rus or, you know, maybe Japanese or any kind of fast castle Sif that is not gonna really put that much pressure, you can just age up with 1. So at this point, you already have 50 wood left, so you're gonna use it for the house later, and you're just gonna rally on gold and just keep, you know, just keep balancing between gold and food. You know, just take a look at this number. If you have 1200 food and 600 gold, you can age up. So it's just a matter of, you know, practicing your balance. You know, you have every match is a little bit different. No match is the same, so just try to put like maybe 6 on gold and the rest just rally on the foot, and then you will age up. You will age up really fast. All right. So again, always scout your opponent. Our green guy spots the villager. With this build, you don't really want to build any military against Sifs that are not gonna be really aggressive. And I mean, it's very unfortunate, but he noticed the stable, and you will notice that he will pull a lot of villagers to take down the stable. He doesn't have any units to defend this, and he already pretty much commit to build the stable. Very bad from blue, to be honest. Unfortunate, but you know, these may not worth it in most situations. You may just want to build a spearman and then deal with this later, but in this case, because you don't want to build any unit, you can see that you're already aging up just with 6, and the rest you're gonna try to get as much gold as you can, because you need a lot of gold, and you're also gonna start producing some scholars to gather some relics. You should be able to get most of the relics with Delhi, especially because this scholars do have like Air Jordans, so just keep that in mind. So again, very little on wood. I will put a maximum of 5 here just for some houses and whatever. But you want to capture the relics. You don't really need to capture the sacred sites because you don't have any military units to defend. And very important thing I forgot to mention, you do need this upgrade here from the House of Wisdom. House of Learning, sorry. You need reinforced foundations so that you can garrison your villagers. That's why you put these houses here. So next to the gold, it's very important because you're gonna mine gold, and whenever the opponent was gonna put some pressure, you're gonna have the upgrade where you can just garrison your villagers here. So let's go back. At this point, you're just the same plan, you know. Opponent is just trying to block you from the gold here with an outpost. You're gonna build a blacksmith. The reason for that is you're gonna train military academy first. Okay, you're gonna train military academy. You don't need any other upgrade. You're not gonna make any unit, but you do need military academy so that when you go to Imperial Age, your elephants go faster. So tower will go up, unfortunately for green. Here we have one relic, should be gathering another one. And another one coming here. I believe in this game he got like 3 relics. And look the value of these these houses, man. Even with no units, they do a lot of damage. Like that's 15 arrows shooting from here. Like you cannot really underestimate this. And obviously this doesn't have emplacement, so these guys can just heal everyone. Garrison all the villagers, and just like that, like it is really so annoying. So at this point, you're just praying to survive, to be honest. But if the opponent went Castle Age, it's gonna be really hard for him to stop you. The best way to stop this build is by Feudal Age full aggression. Castle Age, you're probably too late. Because you're thinking more about the future, and the future doesn't look very bright for you when you have an opponent going for elephant. So he managed to capture 3 relics, and because in this map there is plenty of sheep, you can just gather that food that you need here, and obviously the rest of the gold you can get from these relics, so you don't need to mine gold. Even though you have another gold vein here, I think he just goes here, but he's gonna get spotted. You don't need the gold, so very important to gather those relics. You just need a little bit of food. What is that? He still like almost there. You can prioritize the upgrades like however you want, but look at this military academy just finishing as soon as the palace of the sultan is done as well. You can also gather the relics here next to the mosque, and the reason for that is one, this one is more exposed, but another reason is that you can put your prelates here, and if your opponent comes with his knights and try to kill all your villagers that are building this, you can actually defend with some relics here. So Age Up goes through, and now automatically these scholars go here. 4 scholars here will give you an elephant every minute. So at this point you don't need any food. Let's take a look at the caster mode so you can see how things are looking for green. So he lost quite a few villagers, he lost 10, but even though he only has 30 villagers, his economy sucks ass, and it doesn't matter because you're gonna have elephants forever. You don't need to worry about anything. And because the opponent went for Castle Age, you know, it's gonna be really hard. Like if he went for Feudal All-in, will be faster. So now you just want to put a lot of villagers on stone because you want to build a keep, so you can make it harder for your opponent to take you down. And there you go, the first elephant will go up soon. Look at this, 3 knights, they cannot do anything against the elephant, they run away. He has some trebuchets, but you know, by the point where he has enough trebuchets, like more elephants are coming, Another keep coming here. It's gonna go on wood because there's gonna be heavy on siege later on if the game extends. Because you don't want to have only the elephants, you want to have the elephants and the siege to do that landmark snipe. And, you know, make the elephants your main military unit. And with this, like, blue knows it's over and he taps out. At this point, it looks like you didn't lose the game because, you know, just fast Imperial, but it's just really hard. We're gonna take a look at another game now. Okay, so this game, it's gonna be a little bit different. You are against French and the map is Dry Arabia. So you cannot really do the naked fast Imperial like you saw previously. You actually gonna go for the mill. You're gonna have a more standard opening here. You're gonna go with 5 on wood, open up a mill, and then you're gonna go for the berries. The villager that goes out from the town center is gonna go for the gold, and then you're just gonna rally on gold. That's gonna be your standard opening. So let's speed up. 2 on gold. Remember the house next to the gold, very, very important to garrison the villagers in the castle age. So at this point you can just get relics and, you know, whatever. Just rally, keep rallying on foot. You're gonna age up soon. But there is quite a big difference here because the opponent is playing French. French is very aggro safe in the feudal age. You're gonna age up still with Dome of Fate, but you're gonna age up with 4 villagers, and you're gonna start putting some villagers on wood because you're gonna need a barracks to defend from those knights, and you're gonna have to fight a little bit in the feudal age. It's not gonna be quite easy for you. So you're gonna have enough sheep. That now he did got quite a lot of sheep here. Like, that's an unusual amount of sheep for Dry Arabia, which means his opponent is like, it's no man's land, man. Feel bad for you. Must be salty. Must be salty for sure. I will be salty. I will be salty. But Dome of Fate, again, for villagers, and you're gonna go for the barracks. You're gonna have enough wood for the lumber camp, and I believe you're just gonna have enough. At this point, you're just gonna play the game normally, like you would against any safe without the mosque. You're just gonna put the Dome of Fate. You're not gonna be super aggressive because your objective is not really to, you know, defeat the opponent in the feudal age. You just want to have some spearmen to defend, right? And then a spearman here, a spearman there, mosque coming soon, and you're also gonna start building your scholars from here as soon as this one finishes, so you can get your upgrades from here. Okay, so let's speed up a little bit. Again, just houses are gonna be really important later. Just a few spearmen. If you're playing against a cavalry ship, it's gonna work well for you. And then you go for stable because you wanna start capturing sacred sites, and it's always good when you have sacred sites with Delhi. You pretty much can age up really, really fast. Now, this is normally how, you know, you will see how this is a more of a standard play with Delhi. You're just gonna keep rallying units, but you're gonna start thinking about the castle age as soon as you secure your resources. So you can see we have 9 on wood, 17 on food. So we're just gonna keep producing units. Keep producing those units. Let's go to the caster mode so you can see like the military value and everything. So you can see our green guy, it's actually just making quite a few units, capturing the sacred sites already. Just, you know, it's gonna be a great income for his gold. And as soon as he captures the sacred sites, he don't need to fight any longer. Like, you can try to protect them as much as you can with your units, but you don't want to keep making units because the opponent has knights, and your winning condition is to go Imperial Age. So as long as you manage to get the sacred sites for some time, it's already very good for you. You can see that now, even with 2 on gold, you already have pretty much enough gold to age up. So at this point, when you stop producing units, you're just gonna go back on foot. You already have 18 on foot, and you don't need anyone on gold. Just leave the 2 there so you can keep making scholars and whatever. And the sacred sites already paid for themselves, so you're gonna be aging up really soon with 18 guys on foot. Now the French guy has been going pro scouts, so even though he doesn't have the sheep, he's still gonna have very good income. You can already see his food economy here, 1,000 already per minute. So he can, like I said, like things can get really scary with French on the feudal age. So now you go for House of Learning, and obviously your first upgrade, it's gonna be your house upgrade, so you can garrison your villagers. Take a look at all these houses next to each other. I believe this guy does it on purpose. I don't think it's you know, all the houses here pretty much, it's super safe. Like 1 2 3 4 5 25 villagers can garrison here and shoot arrows, and this makes it really hard for you to push, especially in the feudal age. So now you will try to go Imperial, and again, opponent has a few units out there, so he's gonna make a stable and he's gonna start producing knights, which is the best unit he can get in this situation against feudal knights and archers. Knights just gonna do a really good job. At the same time, the scholars gonna start gathering some, getting the relics back home. You should have, you know, at least 3 relics with Delhi. There's pretty much no excuse for not getting the relics with Delhi. You just have so many scholars when you age up, and your scholars are so fast. So again, you cannot go Imperial yet, but you're kind of like thinking about it. You just need to deal with this, you know there is an army there. You need to deal with that. Like, especially like those archers are not gonna be able to do much, especially when this upgrade, which he haven't got yet. There you go. A little bit slow on the upgrade, but you know, a 1 minute something, he's gonna get it. Military Academy, he should be getting it soon. I guess he's just too concentrated on trying to take down the archers. Something you need to keep in mind, like when you are playing more aggressively, your opponent makes more mistakes. If you were not attacking, probably he already got his upgrades. You know, Military Academy haven't even been click. You know, he needs to think in a lot of stuff, and just by you being there, he will make mistakes. That's a very, very good thing you can do. So never let the player just do whatever he wants. Because of that, the houses cannot be garrisoned, and these guys are just running everywhere. So more relics coming. I believe it's 3. 1 more coming here. And I feel like Greenfield's in a really good position. Already have 7 knights. He have the relics. You know, it is time to think about a possible Imperial age already. So let's speed up. Use the knights to cause some damage. You know, obviously you're just not gonna stay in your base. French is already here, but you know, he's still in the feudal age. You already have 9 knights, and look at this, like the archers are just, there's no more archers for pink anymore. Okay, so at this point you just want to go on the foot. Likely for him, his opponent didn't take this deer, but you're just gonna have 40, look at this, 42 on foot. You don't need anyone on gold for now. Gold is not the priority because you may have some sacred site left maybe, and you will have the majority of the relics, which will give you enough gold to age up. And later you can always gather from your initial gold vein, which should have enough gold to age up as well. You don't really need to leave the base. So, you know, just being annoying with your units. Let's speed up. At this point, you want to go Imperial. 41 on foot. As soon as you finish the foot, you will go back and, you know, just put everyone on the gold. You can already see this guy's already finished. And he needs to go somewhere to get the gold, which is gonna be this place. So, opponent already in the castle age. Both of them apparently in a not even situation, but it's not such a big cap. Same economic work count, same military value. It's gonna get some upgrades soon, but the Imperial age is coming, and now this is your winning condition. And because you're aging up with some knights, like, oh my god, look at this. You can just kill them, and you just have a very good army, 13 knights. Then Imperial age goes, and you're gonna put all your scholars here. Remember, always a good idea to have your mosque close to your landmark, and you can possibly start thinking about gathering stone. There you go. And the first elephant is gonna come soon. French at this point, like, he has like a decent army, but elephants will make a huge difference soon. Look at the army value, 1000 something for each elephant, and you're gonna get elite upgrades for your knights. And look at this guy, he's just alone, and with enough units here, he's gonna have to pull back. He has 8 range armor, 7 by default. Like, just this guy can just go by himself. There's not much he can do about it. And obviously, on top of everything, again, you're just gonna focus on wood and gold, and all your food is just gonna be you don't even need food, like, just for producing villagers. You can leave 4 if you want, but if you have some food left in the bank, you can just go all in on the stone. Look at this, 35 on the stone, and you're just gonna spam keeps everywhere, and you're gonna put a siege workshop next to it, so you can have mangonels, bombards. And remember, you are in the Imperial age, your opponent isn't. You gotta put a mosque here so you can get this upgrade in the future if you want. And then he's gonna go for another keep, and again, elite lancers, extremely good unit. Salty Horse managed to snipe 1 bombard, but at this point you're gonna keep building those keeps and the siege workshop next to it, and it's at this point the game is just pretty much over for French unless he goes Imperial. There you go, Red Palace. But, you know, it's a really tough situation. He does have 106 villagers, but dealing with these elephants, there's nothing really that counters elephants, especially for French. Like, bombards do really good, but, you know, when you have so many elephants at this point, it's not really not gonna be good. Not gonna be good for you. So this is the updated build. It used to be like you go for the compound of the defender first, so you can start producing villagers and put a keep to, you know, just make a keep to go to Imperial. But now, if the opponent is just really aggressive, you can just make units like this, and it will work. And now you can have like 3 bombards and start spamming rams. It's like it is disgusting. And dealing with those elephants, like, this army cannot really do much against those elephants. Mangonel's already there, and he can get the upgrade for free. And at this point, he's just gonna take down all the landmarks. And again, heavy on wood, gold, and stone. You don't need food for this build. And then the opponent taps out. So I hope you enjoyed this build. Very, very interesting. I will see if I can find other interesting builds to show you guys. Fast Imperial elephants is really a thing these days. Fast Imperial with anything, actually, with Mongol, whatever. Maybe I'll try to do the Mongol one. Hope this analysis was useful for you. If you're new to the channel, you can subscribe to watch more content like this. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.